Hello, my lovelies. I am Stephanie from Hidden Illuminations, and I am a modern day mystic and a guide. And the very real situation that I'm working with a family in right now is something that healers come across a lot. And I want to do a draw that kind of addresses that question. Of the overall question for all healers is, of course, before you heal someone, the quote is, make sure that they are willing to let go of what got them where they are. And in a very real sense, that is not so much something that we think about when we have people of advanced age. So in this situation, we have a couple where both in their 90s, who were particularly healthy actually in their 90s, and one has a stroke. And there has been 2 weeks gone by now where we sit and assess for both parties, the caregiver as well as the survivor of the stroke. And it was actually heart AFib, that the heart got beating really fast and churned up some of the clots that went then to the brain. And so I've designed a reading that I would have used. Richard Hartneck's deck has a healer card as a major arcana. I would have used that deck because I would have wanted to see if the healer card came up. Unfortunately, that deck has walked out of my collection. I need to get a new one. And I can't even remember the name of his deck right now, but when I get it, I will do a reading on it again. But because I don't have a healer card available to me, I am going to be choosing, and this is pretty rare for me. A lot of times I will ask for the heart of a matter from the cards. And if I think, okay, I want to have something that's outside the standard Coleman Smith Rider White type of deck, then I would choose an oracle, and then I would would randomly choose the oracle card to tell me what the center of the issue is. However, I myself have chosen the center of this reading from the Heal Yourself reading cards by Inna Segal, because this is the card of love, and it asks the querent to examine their heart and see if your heart is cold or if your heart is in a situation. And so, because I am looking at a situation where I need to advise the healer how much effort and whether it's time to examine the heart of both parties, the caregiver and the survivor of the stroke, where they are, how they feel about moving forward, so that we can decide that they are, in fact, wanting to be healed, and that the healing process is going to have some advice to give to the healer as well as to the two family members. And so I am going to pull one side for the stroke survivor, and where their heart is, and if they're ready to improve. We can see from an outside 2 weeks later that there's much improvement, and that the attitude is there to want to stay on the planet and to return to a comfortable and quality life. And then I'm going to do a second pull for the family member who is the caregiver, how they have walked into and cognitively assessed how it would feel to be in a caregiver role and where their heart is. And from that, we'll be able to advise the healer, where these two are, and what the advice is. So let's get into the cards. So I'm using the pulp deck for the survivor. She's an artist. She's spicy. She definitely has the chutzpah to pick up the cards of life and work again, despite being in her 90s. I am looking at the highest message. I am looking at the most grounded message and a bridge, piece of information to her heart. And I'm using the Unbridled Spirit Tarot by Tina Tech Anderson, artwork by Danita. For our caregiver, our handsome, caring, loving caregiver, spouse, and looking at, for him, what is his highest message? What is grounding him? And a bridge to his heart as well. And from this, I'm going to open up the bridge. She is learning something new about how she is loved by others, how she loves. He is able to be a nurturing provider. So the Queen of Pentacles here in this horse barn, she's the queen who runs the whole barns and has is grounded and there for her. She is the Fool card, Major Arcana, card number 0, starting again. This stroke victim is not able to read any longer, and being deaf, reading and writing to one another was how they communicated. She is being challenged as the Page of Swords with some new ideas. He is in the Lover's card, so he is learning what it is to be love for a partner who is going through these struggles. And I'm seeing no surprises here at all. What is grounding them? The Page of Pentacles. We have a Page of Swords and a Page of Pentacles in the same deck, so 2 out of the 4 options for pages. We're seeing her learn new again how to create things on this planet, how to recognize numbers, recognize letters, how to communicate. And he is the Queen of Swords. So we have again the nurturing queen coming through. We have 2 queens out of 4 in the same deck. And so his nurturing comes with the masculine problem solving and the feminine, I would say, lovingly hold. So in this situation, we've got the rider on the horse with the reins, but we also have someone standing right next to the rider holding the lead. She has butterflies around her, the person on the ground. And so he is lovingly holding her balance because this stroke victim is going to have to get strong enough to walk again. So I see no lack of heart here. This is a very comfortable place for these 2 to be. I would tell the healer to go all out, have no questions about addressing and using any healing modalities that they choose to do, because this couple is involved in living their life deeply in heart, both of them from the same position, uh, uh, and to create the same outcome. So beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful reading. So once again, for the healers, a great read to ask if it's time to step in and if your inclination to heal is appropriate to the people where they are at. Have an amazing day, and thanks for spending time with me. Bye for now. I kind of like that. That was kind of cute. That could be it. I'm done.